Welcome to the day 13 vlog of the Light Body Activation course, 21 Days of Refinement with Nithya Shanti. Well, among other things, one of the things we did today was a book reading, and the book is called Courage to Teach. And something that really stood out for me in that book reading was a chapter called Holding the Tension of Paradox. This appealed to me for a couple of different reasons. One, as an executive life coach and a leadership coach, I always find myself in the midst of a paradox in coaching conversations. And two, the light that was shed on how to really manage the tension of paradoxical views through one of my favorite portals. So this is something I wish to discuss today in the vlog. So what does it mean to hold the tension of paradox? As coaches, we can love the question, live the question, without necessarily becoming anxious or overwhelmed in the seeking of the answer or the response. And this is true not just for us as coaches, but also for clients who may have a paradoxical view or a moment where they feel like, wait, that seems completely paradoxical to what I just said a few minutes ago. So creating the space for that conversation where it is okay for us to simply observe, love, and live that moment exactly the way it is in that moment, without trying to run away from it, without trying to defend it, without trying to protect one's view in the heat of that moment or in the tension of that moment. As a leader of people, leaders are constantly managing paradoxes. They're constantly looking at opposing views, competing demands, conflicting priorities. So one of my favorite portals is the Center for Creative Leadership. And in the Center for Creative Leadership, they recommend 3 different ways in which you can manage the tension of the paradox effectively, or at least to some extent. And number 1, their recommendation is to try and articulate the 2 poles that are in front of you as vividly, as descriptively as possible. And the second method they recommend is to look at the potential positive results as well as potential negatives of both paradoxes, without necessarily seeming like you're inclined one way or the other, right? Completely with 100% commitment to be able to examine all the good there is in one of the paradoxes and all the bad there is in both of them, right? Not just one of them, my apologies, both of them. And the third one they recommend is to be able to explore the drawbacks or the fears underlying the viewpoint behind the paradox. So where's the fear coming from? Is this a genuine drawback or is this a fear? And if yes, where's the fear coming from? And I found these particularly insightful because as leaders of teams, as leaders of big organizations, functions, and large projects, many people in leadership roles are constantly having to manage this tension and work towards a best possible scenario or best case scenario where they appreciate, include, and recognize the differences, and at the same time they have the commitment to be able to move forward. So that was my biggest takeaway from day 13, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow on day 14 with another edition of my vlog. Until then, I send you all love and light. Bye for now.